Apex Live Trading Room starts now.
He's going to tell you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon session of the Apex Live Day Trading Room. My name is Lawton Ho, and I'm joined by the very handsome man, Drew Dosick.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Thanks for that intro, Lawton. That's pretty nice of you, sir.
Yep, and welcome to all the viewers watching at home. As you can see, we've closed out over $9,000 in profits. Quite a day. But something to note, yesterday we did even better. We closed $50,000 in profits. So if you saw us last week, I had some open positions. We closed both of those yesterday, and we made $50,000. Gareth made around 33K, and I made around $9,000, almost $10,000 yesterday. It was quite eventful. We took a shot each. Took a shot of vodka. It's gross. Yeah, it was really disgusting.
It was a celebratory afternoon, without a doubt. And you know what I'm going to do too, Lawton? I want to go ahead and show yesterday's leaderboard too. And I can do it. I can't pull a cockpit bat another day, but I can do this. So
you can pull it up in the cockpit.
In the cockpit,
just go to yesterday. Just click on the bottom. You see Trader Leaderboard. Just go to yesterday.
There we go. All right. So check this out, folks.
You got to unshare and share your screen.
Yep. All righty there. Check this out, folks. Look at that. Look at those two guys. Look at those studs. $38,000 closed yesterday by the G-Man.
Crazy.
And then the Lawman, $11,600 yesterday. That's why we were celebrating, folks. We made as much money yesterday as a lot of individuals in the United States make a full year. So congratulations to not only these two guys that you're seeing there on that screen, but then also to all of the members that were able to participate in that. That was truly epic. Very nice way to close it. And you can see here for today, the G-Man also remaining up there at the top. Benjamin right there at
Where are you? You're there somewhere. I think you got to refresh it. You got to refresh it because those aren't updated.
Here, check this out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at my little contribution. I threw in a couple $100 there for the day. Ben actually was up at 36 or 3,900, and then we have Gareth at 5,100 for today. So
it's so weird. It doesn't have my like $50,000 winner in there. It must be glitched. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
It's wild.
Totally agree. A little mess up there. But ultimately, congratulations to everybody.
I mean, consider we closed out 5% profit, 5% of the portfolio in profits yesterday. That's crazy. 5% of the portfolio in a day.
In a day close. That really was incredible.
Granted, we held two of those a little longer, right? But they're closed both on the same day. So, anyways.
But ultimately, the profit is still there. And as you see there, G-Man leading the way, 79K so far in the past 30 days. And just like Deep was saying, Drew got pretty close to Gareth, but he ran as Drew got closer. That's so true. Yesterday, before G-Man closed out those incredible gains, I think he was sitting around 41,000 or so. And then I was just a couple thousand away. And this last week for me has really not been as fruitful as previous weeks. And I was scanning charts over lunch just to see, and you can see right there too, the last week I just, $1,400. But that's why we've got a team, guys. This is exactly why. And if I may mention this service, we've continued to enhance this service, adding traders as you see there too, but mainly this cockpit. This cockpit is extremely useful for all of the members because you guys get to see exactly at the bottom here what stocks we're looking at for the day, right? What stocks are, at least in the morning pre-market, which ones we're kind of honing in on. Now, there'll be other stocks that come about throughout the day too that we may trade, but at least this is the functionality of it. Folks can then send a message right over here to us if they have a question or if they have another level of some sort, they want to convey that info to us. But then obviously the closed positions right there. Truly remarkable and great stuff. It's something we all should be proud of, no doubt about it. Each and every one of the members. Way to go, everybody.
Yep, great job, everybody. Was this the first, or has it happened before? I don't think we've closed out that much in the same day. Have we? Maybe in April when Liberation Day happened, Gareth made like $1 bajillion,
Yeah. Yeah,
but I
the
don't
April,
remember.
was it April 2nd low?
Yeah, something
April
like
7th
that.
low. Yep.
James says the stock watch list is so helpful. Thank you each, of course. Um,
One
Dave,
thing to add
yeah,
on that, like last year, before I came aboard in August of last year. And then we didn't have this cockpit at that time. And then I can even remember years back when it was just two traders. Because when I came aboard, they had it was Ben, Dr. B, and Gareth. And then Lawton, you started trading at the end of last year. Wasn't that right?
January of this year.
January this year. Okay. So they had three traders. But then if I rewind the clock back a couple years, it just shows the evolution of this service. They had two traders. They had one in the morning with Gareth and one in the afternoon with Nick. And there would be some times during the summer when, say, things weren't as volatile, that we may get like two trades, three trades a week, the whole week for day trades. And as you see here, just flipping back and forth there, we went, today, obviously, we've got these five trades right there with $9,300 total already closed out today. Go to yesterday, and you can see there those huge numbers. And then you go back to last week. I mean, we just got a lot more activity. So this service is trying to give the end user so many more options for profit, with all of our eyes scanning the charts throughout the morning, and in essence making you guys efficient order entry personnel right there. So it's just awesome stuff. We just try to keep getting better and better so that we can give you guys an even better product than what we've got today. All right, so enough of the screen.
Yeah. So people are asking me, Lauren, where are you taking stocks? Where are you taking stocks today? What's going on? Are you taking stocks? Sure. My level was $7.30, but I'll move it up 733 for an entry long into SOXS. It'll be a 1/7. I was doing some tabulations in the cranium. 1/7 position, I will go long on SOXS at $7.33.
It's better than you doing those calculations with your socks off. So thank you. Do it in the cranium.
Yep.
It's appreciated. Thomas saying, I would love a course about day trading, how to find stocks, manage position size, add levels, etc. Is this something in the works? I am taking the Winter Trader course, but I still feel inadequate to do it myself. Actually, you know what? I did have a further conversation with Gareth today about that, and that will be something in the works. We're going to kind of work out the details here on our sides. In order for us to produce an educational video, I almost feel like it's, obviously it's not a movie, but it's a production. It's kind of like it takes an awful lot of effort, an awful lot of team members, a lot of editing. We have a fantastic IT department here that create fantastic images, and then the filming portion, and then the editing, the final editing. So it's a several month process. We discussed the day trading one, and I think that is a wonderful idea. That's something I want to try to spearhead, and I'll likely try to see. And we're at the very beginning stages of that course, so we're kind of in the brainstorming as far as, will I be the only one on there? Will I have
But you have a course
Lawton?
that you're coming out really soon with, anyways, right?
Yes, that hasn't been filmed yet. Yes, the beginner trader course, and that one's going to be really good for anybody, because I do the show Trading to Close, and we get a ton of different types of viewers there, whether they're seasoned traders, intermediate, or even beginner. And so I want to, at least, I know we've had an apprentice training library, but we never had, and it goes through a lot of great information, but we never had something like a course that really has a personal experience that I went through learning, and obstacles I had to overcome that weren't necessarily having to do with technicals on the charts. It was more or less like, how do I set up my accounts? Where do I put my capital? Do I put it all in one account? Do I put it in 2, 3, 4, etc.? What do I do to avoid pitfalls? It's kind of almost like setting up your own business, because it really is. It's your business going forward. And so there was a lot of those scenarios I found myself trying to figure out on my own, that didn't have anything to do with, say, time counts, technical levels, things like that, where I I went through these experiences, and I should be able to help you get around them, because everything we do to teach here is to help you avoid landmines, right? There's landmines everywhere you look in the market. You can blow yourself up if you get too heavily invested in any one position. So, the most that we can avoid those, obviously, the better and the safer we'll be in the long run.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Do you know what Gareth is planning to do as Winter Trader Series update? He's in the works. I think right after Drew's course is done filming. And Drew's going to start filming, hopefully, within the next 2 weeks. Then after that, it'll be Gareth's. Yes, he was, Mario, working on a course.
And that's correct, Jennifer. The day trading course is called the Day Trader.
The day trading, yep. You'll learn a lot just by being here. John says, this will be my first full week. Well, congratulations and welcome. Previously done 3-day sessions. How often are there trades in the afternoon sessions? I'm self-employed and debating on how valuable it would be to always do the afternoons and reject client meetings for afternoon sessions, or if it's only vital to make myself free in the mornings. That's a good question. Here's what I would say, that the majority of the trades happen in the morning, particularly from 9:25 to 11 o'clock, right? I would say that maybe 75% of the trades happen there. So there's still a decent amount of trades that happen in the afternoon, but the afternoon session is really, and this has shifted over the years, has shifted into a time where you guys can come and ask questions and more educational more than anything else. Yes, I'm going to take SOXS at 7:33. It's on my chart right now. You literally see my entry, right? So yes, I'm still going to try and take a trade, right, if the opportunity presents itself. But the reality is that the volatility is usually sucked out after lunchtime, right? Everyone's groggy. I'm groggy. I'm falling asleep. So there's just not as much volume, right? And because of that, there's less of an opportunity to trade. So if it's there, we'll trade. But the vast majority of trades happen in the morning. So you can, what I would say is that if you're self-employed, if you want to, yeah, make sure you're there for the morning sessions. And if you have an afternoon that's lighter, you have a gap, you can come in, check on things, see what's going on, right? But if you have your own business to run, I don't see why you couldn't do both and just come for the mornings, and it easily pay for itself.
Yep. It's funny that question came up today, because I was talking over lunch, I think, right here just amongst ourselves. You might have been in your show, but I was saying how, like, I've just really enjoyed the dialogue in the afternoons to really get a chance to ask the questions, learn why we took the day trades we did in the morning, and then also ask questions about other stocks that I might have been eyeing for different levels. And if I have a question, someone else has a question, and the likelihood of me learning from all these other questions was very valuable too. So when I was trying to just soak up as much knowledge as I could, the afternoon sessions were extremely valuable for me. And I would say almost so as equal as some of the trades, because then it's going to keep me out of trouble in my next trade that I'm going to be getting into. So, but yes, Lawton was 100% correct. The volatility is all there. And you can see it if you flip on a volume chart or any volume indicator at the bottom of the screen. The heaviest volume will have the volatility, and then look at every day.
Look at the volume. You see all the volume. The higher these bars go, like the more volume there is, and you can see it sort of peter off throughout the rest of the day. And this is SOX. This is like an ETF. Let's take a look at something that moves decent amount. Let's look at what had earnings today. Target had earnings today.
Yep.
Target had earnings today. Right, and let's check out the volume on Target for the day trade as it's rebounding nicely now. So if you look at the Target, a lot of volume on Target, right? 5 times the average amount, or 4 times rather, the average volume, right? And all the volume is like in the morning, but you see around lunchtime, like you went from having 450,000 shares traded to 7,000 shares traded, right? even this higher candle is 82,000. So you could definitely see a drop off, definitely getting thinner. Still able to trade, still decent volume for a trade, but not enough volume to really usually make big moves happen. And give us the opportunity to trade them. So again, we'll still look for trades, and as this wedge is breaking, we'll still look for trades no matter what time of day it is. It's just a matter of if they're going to move enough to give us our levels. Yeah, I feel like Drew's brain is breaking reading that question.
It was a big one, Amit. Yeah.
Yeah, my headache hurts trying to read that. Are you ready to answer that, or you need more time?
No, I probably need another second or two.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay. I can answer some more.
All right.
Deep says, or like me, keep the chat open while working after 11 a.m. Yeah, and the day trading room is what you make of it. If you just want to come in, you pay $400 a month. You come in here, you make your money for the month. You pay off your subscription, take those gains. Fine. If you don't want to learn, you just want the entries, the exits, the profits. Fine, we'll give those too. If you want to come in the afternoon and learn how to do it for yourself, awesome, right? But it's really what you make of it. Like growing up, going to school, going to college, my dad was like, I was like a bad student, but a good test taker. My dad was always like, Lauren, when you're taking these courses, when you're in college and stuff, you're paying for it. So it is what you'll get as much out of it as you want. It's what you make out of it, right? Not to say that there's anything wrong with just coming in and taking a profit and leaving, right? That's perfectly fine too. But if you want to learn how to do this at a higher level, ask questions and interact with us, that's what the afternoons are really for. Ravi says, where am I going along on stocks? Right here, 733. 733. Steve says lots of education happens when we are not in the trade. Yeah, a lot of education happens and a lot of nonsense too, right? A lot of like probably too much nonsense happens.
But it really illustrates. I was just thinking about it when you were explaining it a lot. And like when I was a member, there were times, hey, I soaked up as much knowledge as I could. But then in the afternoon, if I wanted to go play golf, I could. That's one of the benefits. That's one of the benefits of this service that you pay for. We'll knock out the work in the morning. We'll be managing all these swing trades if you're part of those services too. If you want to go out, say you've got family in town, say you got some chores to do in the afternoon, that's a major benefit about being a trader, is that you have the capability to take your phone with you and get notified whenever we do send out those signals. So that's sometimes I would definitely do that. No doubt about it. I would be out and about doing things and catching up on chores or events in life. And Amid, that's a really interesting post there. I don't necessarily have an opinion on it one way or the other, because I'm obviously not seeing that fluctuation of capital being spent. And basically Amid's talking about how Goldman Sachs derivative desk, saying that the broker dealers are long 10 billion of gamma across the U.S. equities, the highest reading on record. And the 10 billion of gamma refers to the total dollar gamma exposure across the U.S. equities market. So basically it says for every 1% of change in the stock market price up or down, market makers have to buy or sell about $10 billion worth of stocks to rebalance their books and stay neutral. That's incredible. That's a ton amount of selling, just like he says. So what that does, it just means that there is, at least at the beginning, there's a lot of the day, there's a lot of volume. But then it kind of makes sense too. When we look at the spiders and the Qs, we see the spiders sitting at 637. It wasn't long ago, spiders were about $300, right? It was just about 5 years ago. So we've doubled the price of the spiders. That would also imply too, especially with some of these stock splits that have occurred, such as Meta, Tesla, the amount of money that is in the market now is higher than it was 5 years ago. So that value is likely going to continue to climb as long as the markets keep pushing up. It's a really interesting point though, in trying to really mentally keep it in mind. I remember the first time I started trading, I was on TD Ameritrade app. This is before they had Thinkorswim, and I was watching the level 2, and that just amazed me. You know, watching level 2, the first time when you get into trading and you're seeing on any one stock in any given second, especially like something as big as an Apple, there's just like orders of $50,000, $100,000, $200,000. You know, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I flip over to another stock, same thing, you know, and I'm just like, man. So
There's
this
a
is,
lot of money in the markets, brother.
yes,
There's a lot of money.
it's insane.
Ridiculous.
Do you have any thoughts on that? What Amid was saying?
I'll be real, Ahmed. I tried reading that and my brain broke. Sorry. I have nothing to say. Sorry.
You know, one thing, Amit, I would say ever since the creation of the 0-day expiration, I think that's really changed a lot with options expiration. Options expiration week typically had Whipsaw Wednesday that had a lot of manipulation that occurred throughout that week. Options expired last Friday for this month of August. And usually the week after, price would start to settle out in a direction somewhat opposite of where it was going during options expiration week, almost like you could visually see the institutions influencing price. And now I don't see that as much because there's a lot of these 0-day expiration options where, I mean, there's boatloads of money being purchased in them, and then institutions have to react on those. So it's not as much of a monthly. It's gotten shortened up a lot towards the single days.
Yep. Nazir says, I have zero understanding of charts. I see so many lines on your chart. Are those drawn by you or could it be drawn automatically? Some of them are drawn by me, some of them are automatic. These lines, blue, green, yellow, and teal. This is VWAP. These solid blue lines are drawn by us. Drawn by me. I know there's tons. If it makes it easier, these are the lines that are drawn by me. And I'll flip it back, and those are the ones drawn by VWAP. This is only when I'm day trading, though. This is what my charts look like when I'm day trading. Everyone's looks different. Ben's looks like his, I don't know, like somebody vomited on his screen. Garrus is very clean, the one he shares. And Drew's is pretty clean, too, actually. Like, let me
Yeah,
see.
thanks. I feel like mine's like Star Wars sometimes with so many
They're
trim
not
lines.
here, but I'll show. This is what Garrett's charts look like right now. Look how clean that is.
Yeah.
Very clean. And let's see Ben's. That's not as bad as it could be.
Right.
It's
Still
not as
pretty
bad.
clean.
It's still pretty clean.
Yeah.
I guess mine is the one that looks crazy because of VWAP.
VWAP does make it look a little odd. Even when I flip on my SMAs, I have to turn them off when I'm trying to analyze patterns just because it just distorts
I'm
what I
just
can view.
used to it. I'm just used to it now. It's just like looks normal to me.
Yep.
GR says, Drew, thoughts on PRTA? I held it after its fall on earnings. It's had a nice continual rise ever since.
Okay, cool. Let's take a look. I got it right here. Let's see. I think it's that screen. There we go. Then I also did see Russell saying, so true, Drew. We're going camping Labor Day week. So I bought Starlink and look forward to trading in the morning and then spending the rest of the day on the lake. That is awesome. It's a dream, guys. I'm telling you, it's a dream. It's achievable. And we're helping to make sure that that stays the way too. All right. So yeah, PRTA got slaughtered on what they had a bad drug. They were talking about reducing their employees. I think they closed down maybe a couple R&D facilities too when this big collapse happened. But look, this has just been a beautiful, steady float higher. Next major resistance, you could see this here. That's what's so neat about the fibs. So, you know, one of the reasons Gareth likes to keep his charts clean is because he can see the patterns that present themselves. Like, say, if I take this off, I can tell you too that when price is coming up, we're likely going to see some sort of pausing here, especially if we come up into it. We're likely going to pause here, and then the fibs just reaffirm that. So I go back to this pivot back here and take it all the way down to this pivot, And you could see that 382 fib retrace comes in right there at $9.04. Doesn't mean it has to get there with this push. It could go up here, come back down, catch support at this 236 at $7.23, and then reattempt to go up. But that's the next stop for it, $9.04. The fibs are so very helpful. They don't work on every single level, but it helps, again, train your mind and your eye to start isolating down levels of resistance or support that are going to be there on the march on the way up. And then also too, let's just say I take a fib from like a wrong pivot. Now it's not going to give me that level up here at the $9, but it's actually kind of does, even though I took it at a lower level pivot. There's at $8.92. So it is even still getting close to that. But this pivot was the one that changed direction of the stock price. You notice that too. We had pivot high, pivot, and this one was the last one before the big down move. So that's the one that I would see being more valid. And ultimately, near term, we're looking at this parallel where price has gotten up over the last 3 days. These sort of breaks are usually bull traps. So be careful on this. Usually you would want to see consolidation here a little bit more, and then a push up, consolidate, and then push up. And by that time, the parallel is extended out and price is still contained within it. But now we're starting to poke above. So just be mindful there. We could pull back down here to the bottom end of that parallel. And then obviously what I said there for the support at 723. Great patience for you holding on to that, JR. Very nice.
I've sent something. There's a presence.
What's going on, guys?
Dude, the sneaky
What's
man.
up? I know.
How you guys doing?
Good, and you? How you doing, Gareth?
Good. Yeah, just ran out for a haircut and grabbed a burrito, like I said, and all good to go, man. Ready for the
Nice.
afternoon.
There you go.
Dude,
Look at
Lawton, I saw your car down there. That thing's a beast, man. Beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's charging. I don't know how fast the charger downstairs is working. It says I'm getting. That's pretty good, actually. Actually, I don't know. That's pretty bad. I don't know. It says that it'll charge me to refill my battery by 9:30 p.m. tonight.
How much down were you though? Like
I
were
was
you
at
on-
47%.
All right, yeah.
So I don't know what the math is, but it
That's
says
7 more hours. Yeah, 7 more hours.
it's telling me that it's charging me 0.3 miles per minute. So for every 3 minutes, it'll give me
A
another
mile.
mile of driving. It's
All
not
right.
bad, actually. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I want to see what the bill is in the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I mean, how bad could it be?
Yeah, when I used that one downstairs, it turned out like I said, it seemed like it was about what gas would cost, maybe slightly cheaper, but yeah. That's one of the reasons you just got to add solar to your roof, man, and then charge that thing all the time for free.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a sunshine state after all, right?
There you go.
Richard saying you guys are a great lighthouse for we members. Hey, awesome. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
And especially when G can throw up 30K. We did go over that too. Also, G, we did lay the groundwork for you to come in
nice.
very nicely to say hello because
Beautiful.
we already went over yesterday's cockpit. They saw that. They were, able to see today's closed trades over $9,000. So
Yeah, it's been see the volatility starting to come back, and that's always, as day traders, it's so important, and really even swing traders, volatility is the lifeblood to us making money, right? We don't care if markets go up or down, but just we want it to go up, then down, then up, then down, right? I mean, if it's in the same direction consistently, then it's no good for us, really. That's a long-term investors. If it's like that to the upside, then that's great for long-term investors. And generally, swing traders will underperform in slow grind markets that have no volatility. But you add in volatility, and swing traders and day traders can just crush it, as we've seen.
Yep. Ben's chart looks like a military attack plan. Sometimes it does.
That makes sense for him.
Lawton, show us pictures of your new car. I can show you a picture. James says Lawton bought lunch for everyone yesterday, and I recall hearing Gareth said he would buy lunch for everyone today. Did it happen? Tomorrow. He's getting us
No,
Olive
Friday.
Garden.
I think it was. Did I say
Friday.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't
I
want to do
don't know
tomorrow. Do you know why I didn't want to do it tomorrow?
because you
Huh.
have stretch.
Well, no. Well, that's a valid reason too. But because I believe the traders are meeting at a Brazilian steakhouse to have all-you-can-eat steak and meat
Who
tomorrow
is?
night, and
What
so
traders?
That's right. That's
so
right.
I didn't want to like. It didn't make sense. Like, why are we going to stuff ourselves on lunch with a big lunch if we're going to do that? And so I figured Friday's better.
And not only that too, Gareth, Lawton bought all the traders here lunch yesterday. Gareth took it up another notch. He's buying the whole office.
He
lunch,
always has
you
to
know.
one up me. This guy.
Oh my
See this?
God.
Dude, he's doing it in
Absolutely
a
insane.
generous way.
Yeah, like let's be fair. It's more that like it's not fair. Like we have a whole team here that contributes to our success. They should all get lunch, especially on a 30K win. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Okay.
It's not like I'm supplying filet mignon to everyone either. We're going Olive Garden, which to me is almost as good. Let's be
It's
fair.
equal for
Yeah,
lunch.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my car. This is
There
me
you
standing
go.
next to my car. And in the dealership, it's pretty sick. Like they have like a little room that they park your car in. It's like a little garage and you're just hanging out with. And this is a frunk. I'm not used to having a frunk.
It is fun to have those. Yeah.
It is cool.
And I got to say, this Olive Garden purchase reminds me of a video I saw yesterday. Justin Thomas, which is a golfer, was at the Tour Championship a few years ago when Tiger didn't make the cut. So he's walking up hole 18 and he FaceTimed Tiger just to kind of say, hey, look how nice the course is. And yeah, wish you weren't here, but hey, basically trying to show Tiger he had a leg up on him. And then Tiger acted like the phone disconnected, then called him back 2 minutes later with the Masters jacket on.
Oh,
That's funny.
There you go.
And then JT is
There
like,
you
as soon as I
go.
feel like I'm getting a leg up, he puts me in
That's
my
how I
place.
feel with Gareth. He couldn't close out his 30K winner on a different day that I had my basic.
I
winner.
I literally gave the target like 3 weeks in advance of where I was looking for it. It just happened to hit on that day.
On the same day. Just had to be. Mara says, Lawton, you use 2 standard deviations of VWAP or 3 standard deviations? I use 3 standard deviations of VWAP on my screen. Keith says, didn't Porsches always have frunks before they were a thing? Motor was in the back? I think so.
Did it? I don't know.
I think the older one did.
Where was the engine though in it then?
I think
In
they
the
were
back.
Yeah.
In the back
butt.
was in the. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But this has a
two-seaters.
frunk and a trunk. Has both. John
just
says
bringing
you
up-
can always one up G, buy us all lunch.
Well,
he's
remember
got that.
yesterday we were talking to the live trading room about they were so happy with all the profits. They wanted to buy us lunch, and so I half expected like a random delivery today.
I know
lunch.
you guys have our address. I thought you were gonna send us 100 chicken nuggets. I was ready, dude. I was ready.
Dude, I put up on the screen for those of you guys that don't know what this is. This is the AI working its magic. So we have a AI for stocks and for crypto. I'll flip over to the crypto in a second. But yeah, it's having another great day. It's amazing to watch it. We've done a lot of updates recently and really improved. It doesn't mean it doesn't have losses. It definitely has losses, but that's trading. But you can see it's improving over time, which is really cool. And so today it had a Tesla trade, a Palantir, and a Capital One trade, all profits. And then let's check out what the crypto did. And by the way, these are all day trades. So, I don't want someone to buy it thinking they're going to get swing trades. We'll launch the swing trade version later this year or early next year. But the crypto 2 wins. Look at that. Hype USDT of $1,000 and AVAX almost 1,200 there. Beautiful. Wow. Very cool. And then you can see the history too. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, what's the track record look like? This is the track record here. This is for stocks. So you can see it does have a month or two loses. There's no doubt about it. May and June were tough, and that was kind of where the markets just kept going straight up from the April lows. So it makes it tougher because it's a day trading, right? So it's looking for resistance and supports, but it's right back into the green these last couple months. And look at that, 79.7% win rate in the last 30 days, and the year 72.7%. I mean, that's legit. Hedge funds don't have that type, or even institutions don't have that type of win rate. So it is pretty cool. Let's look at crypto. How's crypto doing? Let's flip over to crypto. Ooh, oh man, I
Yeah,
gotta start
crypto
taking
is
these trades
insane.
on crypto.
I know
Holy
crypto
cow!
is kind of gnarly.
You can see the win rates approximately, give or take, around the same. So you can see right in the mid 70% range, 75-ish, 70, and then the last 30 days is slightly better. But yeah, wow, this is when we launched it right here. That's why there's no data for January or February because it got launched here. But yeah, pretty cool. It's always fun to kind of look at these. I always check in on it. Sometimes I do use it for ideas for day trades as well, but I love the fact that it finds its own trades. Like if you look at what we take in the trading room, it's almost not it's almost never the same stuff, which I think is so cool. It's like an additional force. But yeah, very cool stuff.
The crypto bot runs 24 hours, and the day trading one only runs during trading hours. That's
Right,
correct, right?
9:30 to 4 for the stocks. And the main
But the
reason for
crypto
that is because
is always.
the crypto it does shut down, I think, on Friday evenings for certain things because basically we're able to back test and the AI kind of says what we found is that it performs worse on the weekends, probably because the volume's a little bit lighter and the moves are a little crazier, oftentimes on weekends. So I think it goes 24/7 Monday through Friday, and then I think it stops at like 9 o'clock at night on Friday and resumes on Sunday or something like that. Yeah.
And explain the tuner to them, because I think that's really cool.
Oh yeah, so basically you get to choose like, which precision or which what your kind of your do you only want the best of the best? Like do you only want like a few trades a week, but you want them to be the highest win rate percentage wise, then you go to precision. Balanced is kind of the midpoint, so you'll get some trades, but they'll be pretty high win rate. Or if you just want a ton of trades, and I haven't clicked on this today. Yeah, look, there's more trades under boost because boost is like you'll get the ones that are like 70, 65, 60% win rates. So it'll give you more trades, but you have to be ready to take. There's going to be a few more losses today. Obviously not. I mean, it performed amazingly today, but that's the way this works. So you get to set it where you want to set it. I like balanced because it's kind of right in my wheelhouse of around 75% win rate, but not to say that you can't have it on boost and get even more trading setups. And you can see here, it tells you everything, right? So when a new alert is triggered, when when it gets price entering profit zone, it tells you when it's getting close. So, and then ultimately when profit target is hit, it tells you and so forth. So yeah, pretty cool. And again, listen, it's not foolproof. We're still obviously going to continue to improve it, and the AI will continue to improve itself. But it's nice to see it performing relatively well. And I think what's cool about it too is that you can go on other websites and they all claim like, oh, we have the best AI and everything like that. And in reality, like once you actually sign up for it, it's like, oh well, it took losses or had a losing month. It's like, no, well, look at ours. Ours literally shows you, yes, there is going to be a losing month here and there. In fact, if you back test it, you can see pretty much every year there's 2 to 3 months that are losing, but then that means 9 to 10 months that are winning. But it's important again that like there's no such thing as an AI that will never lose, just like there's no such thing as a trader that will never lose. It's just the nature of the markets. The markets will do it. So the transparency, I love that aspect. It's definitely good. And there's a lot of shady things out there, people promising this stuff, and it's nonsense, most of it.
And the thing is, this AI, there's no dollar cost averaging, there's no DCA, there's no ads, anything, no maneuvering. And to have this high of a win rate with one
That's true.
target, and one stop out level, it's insane, crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
it does have profit target number 1 and 2, but yeah, stop out is a stop out firm level
Yeah.
and it's only one entry. So I agree. I mean, to have a win rate, like if I did DC, like in the trading room, we probably bat, I don't know, I would say 85 to 90% win rate, but that's because we're able to use the DCA and trade around our positions, dollar cost averaging. But to have, yeah, like you said, one entry and to be able to knock it out 70, 80% win rate is pretty darn
Yeah, I
cool.
don't know if we'd have an 80% win rate if we weren't allowed to DCA.
No, I don't think we would. I
No.
don't think we would. You're
Mhm.
right. You're right. Yeah. Anyways, cool stuff, guys. If you ever want to test it out and just have it for a month, feel free to go sign up. It's on the website.
Uh, Fed minutes came out, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
let me go back
did.
to my charts.
Markets fell down a little bit. The headline is that the minutes show the Fed is worried about tariffs, inflation, and the labor market. And they're divided on this worry too.
Hmm.
So we did have a little selling that went into that, but we basically caught that too from the conference that JP gave.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would be almost shocking if they didn't say they were concerned about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably why you see a little sell in the market here after the big bounce, but it's not a massive move by any stretch.
Yep.
Everything's kind of really settled in, and I do think that at this point, I mean, to be honest, we got the volatility that we got yesterday and today in some of these big tech names like Palantir was a gift, because anytime you have a week where there's really no major economic news, right? I mean, we haven't had any big reports this week, and I don't think there are any major reports until Friday's Jerome Powell press conference or speech. Oftentimes it can just be a dead week in late August. Like, people are on holidays, they're just chilling out. So we really got a gift with some of this volatility, and what a drop there today on Palantir. Ben traded that. I traded Robinhood on its dip here today. It was a great drop on Robinhood earlier in the day. We went long, made some good money there. So yeah, pretty cool.
Now you think about the way that worked too, Gareth. With August getting lighter, we planned with that GEV. You planned with that GEV play, and then who knew that was going to come true this week, right? But I mean,
right.
What a gift! What a gift that was.
Yeah, and I think my guess is you see a chart. So parallel channels like this, they're classic. Like, you'll see them all over. In fact, we have one on the QQQ. It didn't break though. It actually pierced today, and they saved it. But on GEV, it did break. Didn't confirm yet. But in general, you're looking now for a bounce back, probably around like 6:30 or so, and then you back to basically retrace the scene of the crime, and then your next leg lower should come in. And there's a huge gap fill at 549. 549. That would probably be where your next target would be on that. So would I potentially do another trade on GEV? I will contemplate that.
You're gonna go long, right?
No. I would wait for the bounce, and then if it does get back to a retrace at 6:30 maybe. And by the way, 6:30 would be a better entry than my average on that trade we just got out of for 33K.
Okay, a couple more questions coming about the AI. Okay, how much money is in the AI trade alert for its profits? It's 100K per trade, right?
Yeah, I think it's 100K per trade.
100K per trade. It's a flat amount. Is the AI trading available in the Apex trading room? It's a separate service. Richard wants to know where to sign up for that.
Just go on the homepage, right? There's a drop down that says AI. You can't miss it.
It's just the verified investing homepage, and you just look for
AI and algo trading, and it's the only tab under there. And then you'll see that you have an option for stocks or for crypto, or you can get both and get a discount if you're into both of them. So something to keep in mind.
Mohammed says, so users get alerts like swing trading, and the user has to take the trades manually using the AI bot. Yeah, you'll get an alert. You can add the pop-up extension to your browser, so it'll literally have pop-up on your screen and tell you. It'll play a noise if you have it enabled. But yeah, it's not like
you do need to be at your computer though, because they're day trades. Like, if the alert, let's say I don't know if their email alerts generated or whatever, but even if it takes like a minute or two to get to you, and by the time you act, the trade may already be nearing conclusion or something. So day traders, and this is something Drew Lawton, Ben, and I always stress, is like, day trading isn't really like something that you do on the side for fun. Like, you have to commit to it and be like, I'm going to focus in on the charts, 9:30 to 4 p.m. every day. And if you're doing that, then the AI is a great addition because it just spits out additional trades. But like, versus swing trading, right? Swing trading is, you're looking for these bigger gains of like 10 or 15% on a stock over the course of days or weeks. So if you get the alert 5 minutes later, and you're like, all right, yeah, it's 20 cents different in price, no big deal, because you're looking for a $10 move, right? Versus a day trade, could be 20 cents, 50 cents, and then the trade's over. So
yeah, it's like literally the same thing as the day trading room.
Right.
Like, if you're golfing, right, you can't day trade with us at the same time while golfing, even though Drew would like to try, right? It's kind of hard to do that. But if you're on the course, then you get a day trade. You're like, oh, this is
I've done it, he says.
You day traded while golfing?
I'm sure he has.
Well, there was one
but
round.
But you wouldn't recommend it for normal people, right?
Yeah, but this was a different scenario. I wasn't leading the room. I was a member of the room, right? And so all I needed to do was put in one ear pod and just go play golf. So
No, but
So
that
so I
even
could
that
just see
is
him.
how do you
He's
do
like,
that though?
all right. So he's like getting ready to tee off. All right, par 5. I'm gonna use my driver here. Like. Oh wait, guys. Sorry, hang on. I'm getting some. All right, I gotta take a break here. And all right, guys, I'm back in it. Right there you go.
Exactly. Keep the phone in the pocket. I hear an update through my AirPod, and then I just go pull the phone out. Boop, boop, boop. All right, guys, done. All right, time.
But what happens then? So I guess then my question would be is all right. So let's say it's a quick trade and like you're teeing off and all of a sudden like and then so I guess you're listening the whole so you're not you're able to focus on what's being said plus swing the. I guess you've golfed for so many years you could probably do 10 things at once.
Well, thank you. Yeah, maybe I don't know, but you know what it was? It was one of those trades that we had gotten into in the morning, and I had an afternoon round of golf, or let's just say lunch, 1 o'clock, and it was over at PGA National, and so it was in obviously a densely populated area. Internet and cell phone connectivity was not a question, so I was going to have connectivity, and then I went out there and just said, all right, well, hey, we're still in the trade, and I still want to play this afternoon, so you know what? I'm going to have the AirPod
Good.
in, and I'll just listen for any updates. And at that point too, it's not like a 9:30 in the morning, really fast trade. I really just needed to look at it, say occasionally in between swings, but then mainly just make sure I had the audio connection going, because any notification that we give, I would have received that from you guys. So yeah, in the afternoon, yeah, it definitely can be done.
Cool. Well, that's awesome, man. All right, there you have it, guys.
But not everyone is Drew, and we don't normally advise that. It's not the ideal way.
You go putt too. If you don't want to go the full course, you can do putt. Still, keep the earbuds, ear pods, whatever you got. Whatever wireless connectivity, so that you can hear the notification. Because one thing's for sure, no one's gonna miss the notification when Ben gets out of a trade, right?
Or Lawton.
Or Lon. Yep.
They both are very, very boisterous about it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Brent. Gareth had mentioned earlier we are swing trading bot is in the works.
Yeah, hopefully later this year, or if not, early next year. It's kind of a little bit of a difference. Swing trading, we probably would use the DCA method, I'm guessing. So there's a few little things that we have to kind of work through on it.
For sure. Ravi says, could you repeat Gareth's GEV next trade setup?
Yeah, I can show it on my chart again here. Actually, I still have it on my other tab. So, and listen, I'm not saying that I'm definitely going to take this. I'd have to reevaluate. But once you break a parallel channel, it's essentially the same as breaking a trend line. There's usually an initial down move, and then there's a retrace back up. The buy the dippers come in, it goes back up, and it usually tags the underbelly of that trend line and then gets rejected and gets its next leg down. So again, that would be something that you could watch for. And we've seen, by the way, we saw that on gold recently here. If we look at gold, here, let me put in this trend line. So the uptrend on gold started back in December. Here it is. So here's, essentially the same sort of thing, a trend line. You broke, retraced to the scene of the crime, and then prices started to come back in, and it really should go lower if the chart plays out accordingly. But the idea is, again, that retrace gives you a great second entry on that to short into. And there's so many charts like this. I mean, it's a very common setup to see. Nice little dump here on Palantir, starting to come back in. What a bounce on that, though.
Yeah, and we could have made a lot more money on that, but that's still a crazy trade.
Well, it was one of those where it was just falling so massively, and then, Ben maneuvered beautifully to get his average pretty low, but then, again, who knew it was going to bounce like this? Man, that's a huge bounce.
Everything bounced like that, but the S&P is kind of coming down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So what do we have in terms of earnings yet today? Is there any earnings worthwhile?
Earnings today are NDSN. I don't know what that
Yeah.
is.
Cody, that's
Do you,
nothing major.
yeah, nothing.
Yeah, there's really
Uh,
nothing today of interest after the bell. Man, I love earnings season. I hate when it's over, kind of. Tomorrow morning, though, Walmart, that's going to be the big one. Walmart. And by the way, Walmart won't really move the markets, but it's very important because Target wasn't good today. Lazy Boy wasn't good today. TJX was, and that stock did okay. But Estee Lauder was down on earnings. And so, the big question as an economist that I'm thinking about is, are people trading down from Target and from some of these others to Walmart? And so, in other words, the consumer spending is good. So, in other words, is Walmart's earnings good because more people are just going to Walmart and spending their money there, or are consumers starting to just cut back overall? In which case, that would show us something about the economy, right? So that's something I'm watching tomorrow morning to see how their numbers are.
Yeah, Ali, do you think it's going to go? Do you think Walmart's going to go higher on earnings? It's gambling. You're gambling.
Yeah.
I think it favors a pullback, but I would not short it into earnings.
Yeah, it's tricky because there was this gap over here that filled, right? So you can see again, great technical setup here. Price rallied up. Here's a huge gap, right? And it filled it, and then price came right back in. So that's classic technical analysis. But in doing so, it then created this new gap here at 103.63. So the question is on earnings, does it go up and fill that gap, or does it dump out? Right? I would generally favor the downside. In addition, hey, look at this trend line. Ooh, that's an interesting one. So yeah, you almost got this little bit of a wedge pattern here forming. And the question again, if you break here, you probably get a big move down on Walmart. But again, I don't have a good enough read to know which direction this goes. I wish I did. I would trade it if I did.
Richard wants us to use a crystal ball.
We got to get a magic 8 ball for this too, for the office.
That's true.
Bring the 80s back.
Yeah.
And slap wrist bracelets too.
Rodrigo says Bitcoin is dropping! Exclamation mark. Is it? I mean, it's coming down a decent bit. About 1% in the last 40 minutes or so. It's a decent sell.
Yeah, Ethereum had a decent bounce last night. I was watching that. I was on Blowfin, trading some Cardano, and I was trying to get filled on Ethereum, but that did have a great bounce. And see, where's this charts? Here we go. You can see Ethereum right here was like 9 o'clock. Got down here $4,062, and it's gone all the way up to 4,300. Beautiful bounce there, almost 10%. That's right about the area. Really, I was anticipating support a little bit more of a pierce of 4,000.
That's what I was actually thinking too on Ethereum. I thought it would pierce and then flush out. Yeah.
Cardano's really, it's not had as nearly as a nice push as Ethereum, and really not much has, right? Ethereum has just blown everything out of the water in the past month or two.
I mean, it was just like so much further down relative to Bitcoin. Does the younger brother?
Yes, absolutely. A ton of space to go catch up. Yeah, Bitsensor is actually teasing with a potential breakdown from this inclining trend line right here. Interesting. This will be important where it closes today and tomorrow. All right, so we had 3 10-candle sells coming off the Fed minutes. Let's see how the IWM is doing today. Not that great. That's really the whole markets. SMH down 1.73%. Them stocks have got to be up there, don't they, Lawton?
Up 5%. We'd love to see it.
Lovely. John saying Lynx had a good move recently. Yeah, it's
It
most
has.
recently it has, and Mantle has also. Mantle's had one incredible run. Look at that thing. Look at that. Back July 9th, it's 55 cents. Now it's up at $1.34. Yeah, beautiful run. And this was a inverse head and shoulder pattern break right here. Look at that. Move straight up to that mid. Guys, I love this stuff. This was the target for the move. It says $24.21. What did price do when it got there? Pierced it, sold off. Now it's up higher, but it just showed a lot of other investors were watching that too. Incredible break. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
Joseph says, can you trade anything with volume after hours? Foreign markets open? Crypto have any high volume after regular market hours? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as your brokerage or whatever allows you to trade it or exchange whatever you're doing.
Yeah, just make sure the volume is pretty heavy so that you don't get whippy action. That's one of the reasons we trade earnings, after hours sometimes, because the volume is so intense that it can definitely be traded. Levels work after hours when there's enough volume.
Yep.
It's crazy. Labor Day is just creeping up on us. Not next week, but the following week. We got Labor Day. So that's going to be the next day the markets are closed. It's amazing how it's already here, but that sometimes can spur increased volume. Usually around either Labor Day could kickstart afterwards, maybe that end of the week or the following week. If not then, definitely by October. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, JP saying, man, that push on PLTR, that is insane.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier to Gareth, I was like, if you take away all this stuff, all this data and the information before, what a beautiful bottoming tail that would be if all we had on the chart basically, actually I can't do it this way, but basically was from this point forward, and then we see something like that pop up. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I think it's curious too. It's starting to, at least it's looking like it's trying to fight up to close on this trend line, this inclining trend line from the May 6th pivot low. It's doing a heck of a job doing so. See on the 10-minute where it's at. Yep.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. What has volume? Oh, what can you trade outside of normal trading hours? Earnings, crypto futures.
Yeah, it's mainly like what type of trade are you wanting to do is what I would ask. Would it be a day trade? Because you can always enter or exit swing trading positions after hours. You don't need tons and tons of volume if you're going to individually do that, unless you've got a really big position. But if you're trying to have the volatility, the volume is key. And we kind of touched on that at the beginning of the afternoon session. That's why Lawton mentioned earnings, because you'll have volume after hours on earnings, no doubt. Matthew, that's right. Matthew saying, hey, Drew, I know you follow cycle dates. Was there one that recently passed in August and one upcoming in September? That's right. Yeah. We're still within the effects of the one for this month. This month's is August 12th. And it usually can kickstart a week before or a week after. We all know what basically here, let's see, August 12th is here. And we had a sleeper hold formation on August 13th. And then you fast forward to yesterday, August 19th. And part of that cycle is playing out right before our eyes right now. But yeah, the next one is September 5th, right here, Friday, September 5th. So it's not that far away.
Yep. Day trading. Okay. Yeah, just pretty much crypto then. Robbie says, one, Lawton, are you leaving your stocks limit over for 733 overnight? No, I will not. Two, is Gareth leaving a GV limit short overnight? No, he's not.
No,
Neither of us
no.
are. No. That's Drew's overnight sleeper hold type trade.
Yeah, and Joseph followed up and did say day. Yeah, you just want to target, if you're going to trade pre and post markets, you definitely want to have the volume. That's going to be the main thing I'd recommend seeing if I was wanting to do that. And that really would limit you to either some sort of news report, but mainly earnings, right? Pre and post market. That's a great idea, John. Something probably should be included in that day trading course. Now, I'd mentioned to him a moment ago before you got on, Gareth, they were asking about that too. They were, because we
Nice.
brought it up a little bit yesterday. And I'd said, yeah, I was like, matter of fact, I spoke to Gareth about that today, about getting a day trading course, kind of went through roughly some, a time frame for how long it takes for us to make these. It's not just like, hey, I got a great idea, let's go film it. It definitely takes several months and a lot of people's involvement to make a
Yep.
good course. And these markets are sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
they got
just
the
kinda-
action this morning, that's for sure. Yeah. Tomorrow morning we'll get jobless claims, but again, that's a weekly number, so it's usually not a big deal to the markets.
You notice this, Gareth, got a little bearish consolidation on the 10-year.
Yep. After a wedge break, too.
Joseph said, "What about the Asian market that would be open while we were sleeping?" Yeah, you can trade. Yeah, if you can trade. I guess 24 hours if you want to trade the Asian market, the European market, the U.S. stock market, Australian stock market. You could do it all if that's what you, if that's your cup of tea. Unless you're talking about the weekend in which it's just cryptocurrency. Justin says, I got greedy and should have went to lunch. Amazing how you're winning. When you're winning, your emotions can work against you. A quote from The Best Loser Wins. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The best way to resolve the discomfort of a profitable position is to close it. The best way for the rational mind to resolve discomfort of a losing trade is to let it run. I'm guilty. Any thoughts?
I mean, I think emotion can get to us all. I think, for me, I made a conscious effort to kind of step back after we had such a good morning this morning and not do a trade, even though I've been itching to short Palantir on this bounce. But again, I've learned my lesson. Unfortunately, I had to touch the hot stove a little too many times, and but I understand that want, right? You're crushing it on the day. You're feeling good. You're like, all right, just one more trade, just one more trade. And then the market says, oh, this guy's getting greedy. Guess what I'm going to do to them? Boom, smoke them. And I've had days, in my past where I'd be up like a ton of money, and by the end of the day, I'd give it all back. And it's just like, man, all that work, such a great day to just give it back by forcing trades. So yeah, it's just it's one of those things we deal with. We're human, so we're gonna have emotion, but we just have to learn slowly to combat that and control it.
And you learn really fast when you have an afternoon trade like you just described.
Yes, yeah,
You're like, I could have been done at 11, got involved in that other trade, or whenever you got involved into it, right? And then you had to fight it the whole day, and then you lost all the money back, what you made. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Will the AI also trade other markets like EU and Asia? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure they could program it to do that, right?
Yeah, and they've already been working on that, but it's just not launched yet. But yes, it will trade European markets, Asian markets, and even currencies it can do too. But again, we're
That's
just kind of
cool.
rolling it out in small sections because we just want to make sure it's working properly and everything's going well.
That's really cool.
yeah, I like Lawrence's philosophy and stance towards it right here. He says, after you lost enough money, that lesson just comes naturally, meaning just kind of overtrading in the afternoon or giving some of your profits back on a bad trade, trying to force a trade. He says, more work for less money versus less work for more money. So,
Yep.
Since Christoph says, since Ben's not here, I offer an afternoon joke. He's coming back. Don't worry. He's going to bring a joke, unfortunately. I renamed my toilet Jim instead of John. People are really impressed when I tell them I go to the gym every morning.
that's great.
All right, I'm here for that.
No,
I'm here for that.
no.
I
Wait,
don't have a joke.
when
I don't have a joke of the day. So that was good. Thank
Wait,
you.
when did he? Wait, I actually didn't see him come back in. No, did you guys know he was back?
I did. And then you started reading it. I almost swore that you saw him walk by you.
I
That's
didn't
what I
see
thought
him.
too.
He didn't say anything to me.
Oh
What-
man.
This guy, he just materialized out, and it's like Voldemort. You say a bad joke too loud, and he just appears in your, you know. So like,
Oh man.
Whatever you like it. That was a good joke. I like it. And way to go to the gym every morning. Nice job.
And dude, that's perfect. I've been finding reasons not to go to the gym, and there we
Mhm.
go. I can at least have something to say that I'm going to the gym every day.
Al, let me just answer. Alan's asking about in the Winning Trader series, the difference there with when support and resistance is confirmed above or below, you can stop out. But oftentimes in swing trading, we do dollar cost averaging. That's because it's a very doing dollar cost averaging trading. You have to really be good at what you do. And that's something that comes in time. So, when you're a newer investor or trader, swing trader, you have to manage your positions and stop out because you don't have the expertise to trade around the positions yet. After years of trading, you will develop that, and then you could start doing that. But that's not like 99.9% of people are not going to be able to do that, and that's why. So that's important to teach that the stop outs and such. And it's not to say I don't stop out. Like for instance, I had an options trade. It was interesting. I did this options trade in the smart money options where we had gotten into Palantir puts and we were out of the money pretty decently, like 60% or so. And then I picked up, so those were the Decembers and we were about 60% out of the money. And then basically what I said is, okay, I'm starting to see the signals that Palantir is going to dump. And so I picked up the Januaries at a new strike, and then I closed both of them today. I think we closed the Januaries for, I don't know, 70% or something like that gain, and we only took a small loss on the Decembers because the Decembers were at a lower strike, obviously, and so the net of that trade was a nice win. But again, these are things that as a trader, as you trade longer and longer, you're going to develop this as you start watching more and more charts. But it's definitely something that it comes with experience, that type of trading. And it's not something that I could just teach magically and just be like, all right, this is because a lot of it's emotion, right? You have to be able to say, hey, Palantir just keeps going up and up and up. And most people will be emotional and say, oh man, I should really go long. Why aren't we long? Versus me, I say, all right, well, let me look at the charts. Let me look at the data. Let me look at the valuation, basically the logic and the data points. And then I make that decision. And then ultimately, usually it turns out to be the correct decision. So little things like that.
Murray says, hey guys, new member here. Been following verified investing for a couple of years now, especially the pre-market and post-market recaps. Happy to be here.
Nice.
Welcome. We're really happy to have you.
You're welcome, Alan.
Yeah. Did you happen to be here, Murray? Were you here this morning for the for these trades?
Hey guys, I've got to head off. Wish I was in a trade. Got a meeting I got to go to real quick. But you guys have a fantastic day. Always great being on here with you, Lot and Gareth and Ben, as well as the rest of the members. Thank you guys. Congratulations to all the trades this morning, and I'll see you guys later. But come join me on Trading the Close at 3:55. Would love to have you guys there. All right.
See you later, buddy.
Take care.
Take care, man.
Later, brother.
Lauren says, Dad 1, do you sing in the car? Dad 2, only when reversing. I'm a backup singer. What?
I'm a backup singer.
Oh, that's so.
Oh man.
No, you missed this morning. All good, Murray. Well, welcome. Hopefully, we'll have a couple more good days. You missed some crazy trades this morning and yesterday, but hopefully, you can get some more great trades in the future.
Heck yeah. Well, there's always another trade. We always say that, right?
Oh man.
Always another trade around the corner. It's one of the reasons why, when you trade, like literally in my career, I don't know, I've probably done 100,000 plus trades, right? And over time, you learn that like missing a trade is not the end of the world. Like a lot of people beat themselves up. Oh my gosh, I thought about getting in that. I can't believe I didn't get in that. Da, 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 da. But in reality, it's like, okay, so I'll get the next one. And like you have to, as a trader, one of the most important things psychologically is to let things go. Like there's been so many times where, I mean, good example would be like Palantir today, right? Getting out where we got out was a profit. And yeah, we could look back and beat ourselves up. Oh, we could have taken another X amount, or, on GEV, if I held it to today, I could have gotten another $10 or $15 out of it. But that doesn't you no good. All it does is distract you from your ultimate goal of catching the next trade. And so again, I've seen this with so many investors, and even myself, and even with people around me. It's like you just have to let that go, and almost don't even think about it. Get to a point where what you traded yesterday, you can't even remember, because your brain just automatically flushes it down the toilet and you're on to the next trade. Always be looking forward. And it's honestly a good lesson in life, right? You got to learn from your mistakes, but if you dwell on the past, you end up missing the future. And the same thing with trading. You just got to go to the next trade. It's always another trade coming around the corner. Get back to work and catch it. So,
For sure.
Justin's asking, what BIOS do you run and what's your computer speed? I missed a trade, I think, because my computer was slow.
It's a good question.
Where's our
I
tech
don't know.
guy?
I'm not. Yeah, we got to get Ryan out here to kind of explain.
Yes, what you want? You want me to get Ryan and he can explain? Legendary. I think it's gonna make him so uncomfortable. I'm gonna do it. I'll be right back. Hold on.
It's gonna totally make him. He's like your classic tech guy. He's so smart and he knows everything. He builds my computers for me now. It's amazing. But like he's it's a little awkward, right? We love him so much though. He's so great. Oh man.
Can you do me a favor and send this share, Ryan, really quick? You send in the share, Ryan. No, come here. There's a question. Justin
Wait, we lost you. Go back on. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
It says, what BIOS do you run and what is your computer speed? I missed the trade, I think, because my computer was slow. And we were just like, wait, okay, you can explain it here. You explain it.
We love you, Ryan.
Ryan, we
Gareth's
can't
new
we can't
computer is
see you.
a-
We can't see you, Ryan. We can't see you.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So Gareth's new computer is a
Sit down.
9950X AMD with 100. He's got 64 gigs of RAM at 6,000, and that's like I would say like a really high-end computer for trading for like a consumer side one. His workstation's an older, like super high-end workstation with a 2995WX.
The one you
And,
built me, Ryan. What did that run? Like, was that about $3,500 or so?
I think it was $3,500 just for the desktop, none of the accessories.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so and again, that's like probably higher than most people would need, I would think.
Yeah.
It's got to be able to handle, like for us, we have to do videos, we have to do lives, we have to do all this other stuff in addition. Plus, I just I always want the best of the best, but yeah. So and then what kind of video card like do we need and that kind of stuff?
You have a 5070, and then your older computer is a 2080 Super.
What would a normal person need?
Something that's like $1,800. And it just
Okay.
depends on the monitors and like what quality of parts you want.
I have a question. So, like a lot of times when I'm looking at Costco or Best Buy, I'm seeing like they're like, oh, this is a gaming computer. Like, do you need a gaming computer for what we do, or is it like a solid one that's not gaming is okay?
The solid ones that aren't gaming are fine.
Okay.
It just depends. Like it all just depends on the model year and the actual manufacturer. I'd stay away from like if you're not really big into computer stuff, I would stick with more of the mainstream like Dell, Alienware, HP, Asus, with like Asus being higher quality. And then like the other ones are like they all have their pitfalls, but the ones that you really want to stay away from are like the Cyber Buy Powers or like the weird offshoot custom builds. They're fine sometimes, but some of them you get some real lemons.
Yeah, a long time ago I tried. I did a custom build of one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I did have a trouble with it at some point. So yeah.
Yeah.
But that's cool. It's good to know that like you could still go to Best Buy or wherever and you could
Yeah.
get one that would work. It's just you want to make sure it has is the speed, is that RAM or is that what would be like the speed?
You want the fastest like processor single core performance for trading.
Okay.
So like any of the new Intels that are the Intel cores, any of the AMD is kind of like the best tech right now, but like to be honest, Intel would just be fine for trading. They just run really warm for like the high-end chips. Like if you got the Intel version of Gareth's high-end CPU, you need liquid cooling to run it, and with the other ones, you can get away with air cooling a little bit easier.
Nice. Well, and by the way, I did get one that had like liquid cooling, and I'm glad I had Ryan because I honestly wouldn't have done anything to it. I'm used to buying a computer, unboxing it, and plugging it in, starting it right up, and it's like, no, you have to add the liquid cooling and like the,
So
I'm like, okay, this is over my pay
Come
grade now.
That one ends up being like a really good production computer that speeds stuff up.
Nice. I'm glad you guys could use it for that. Well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know.
Thank you, man.
You want a shot of vodka?
No.
All right.
You want a shot of vodka?
What about
All right.
soju?
So, yeah, I'll be honest. When he was talking about the RGB, LGD, LDDB, I had no idea what he was talking about. Hopefully that made some sense to you. Hopefully that answered some of your questions. And if you're confused, so am I. LZB,
listen,
see?
I'm seeing all
LZB,
these-
lazy boy. See? LZB, see? It's
There
something
you
he probably
A
said.
lot of these comments you could tell some of these people here are techies because they're like, oh yeah, the 16 gig RAM and like this is that's great. Right?
Oh my
256
God.
SSD, 15 i5
i5
CPU.
CPU.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the min. They're
All
saying
right,
that's the
this is-
minimum.
Some of these comments I can't. Yeah, you need internet speed is the most important thing though. I think.
Yeah, as long as it's not like a super old computer that can't handle it, right? But just so you know, guys, like the latest NVIDIA chips, like the video cards like that I use that he was mentioning, those can all handle up to 4 different monitor plugs. They all have up to 4 different monitor plugs. So you know, and you could always use a splitter too, but 4 monitors for me is plenty. Especially I got these, like, what are these now? 40-inch monitors I'm using. I don't know, but anyways, it's plenty.
Yeah, he's sitting in like a Buffalo Wild Wings right now.
That's what it looks like.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. And what's nice is, like, you get a big enough monitor like this, then you use the trading view where you divide up your screen and you can put it in like 4 different boxes. So each screen can have 4 different stocks on it or something.
Yeah. If you guys need, we can make Ryan sit down and be uncomfortable and do a tech Q&A for you guys.
We should do. You know what? I actually thought about it. I was like, man, I wonder if, like, what if we put up on the website where people could like purchase the Gareth custom built computer. And then I was like thinking to myself, I was like, man, talk about killing Ryan, like make him build like 100 of these things.
No, make him do it. He loves that.
I know.
He loves
I
doing that
know.
stuff.
Oh man. Well, maybe what we should do, what would be cool, is we could do a giveaway where we have him build one that's really good, and then we'll just do like on we're gonna have a big like investor empowerment type day in November, and we could give away the top trading computer built by our tech guy, the same one Gareth uses or something.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Robbie says, could you guys flip your cameras and show us each of your trading monitor setups?
All right, hang on, let me hide all the naked pictures. No, I'm just kidding. just kidding.
Here, let me pull up my naked pictures.
You're kidding? You're not going to hide them?
I'm going to bring mine up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
I don't know if people want to see. I don't want to. I don't want to touch. I think Ryan will be upset if we mess with the cameras too much.
All right, so here I just took away my background. Here I can go to full screen of me. Let me see. All right, so here, so these are the screens. These are the 40. I think they're, what are they, 40 inches? Wow, that looks massive when I do it like that.
Here, let me show you a hand for scale. For scale, this is the size of my hand.
And Lon's hands are really big.
Okay. This is the size of a can of
Aspire.
Yeah.
And he has one, two, and another one there too.
And I got these, and like, in hindsight, like, I would never go bigger than this, because this is, it's almost like when you're sitting right behind it, it's almost overpowering, and probably the amount of radiation I'm absorbing is probably not good either. So, but yeah, that's kind of the deal here. And I have one more screen. You guys couldn't see the one that's you guys are on and I'm on. But that's the setup here. And you can see we have screens all over the office here. You know what I could do? I could give you guys.
I was gonna connect from my phone and just walk around with my phone.
Look at that. And then behind those curtains there's a studio back there. We got lots of, oh, there's Benny. We got offices. Yep, pretty cool. There, now you guys got the first-hand look. Okay, now we don't need to be full screen on Gareth anymore. Let's see.
There we go. Much better. I don't know what happened. Oh, there.
Why can't I'm trying to share my screen. Oh, maybe it's not on screen.
I gotta fix it again. All right, stop touching it. Stop touching it.
All right.
Stop touching it.
No,
everybody stop.
There we go.
So are we shorting Palantir or what?
I was thinking about it, and then I kind of kicked myself and said, you know what, you've had a great day.
It's a trifecta for you, Ben. You've traded it already.
Yeah.
It's all you, buddy.
Yeah. It owes you because it made you stay in it for 20 minutes or whatever.
That's I was down on this thing. It owes me more than I took out of it. That's all I know.
So take it again.
All right, this would be an overnight hold. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Although I was thinking I was going to have to hold this thing because the thing wasn't bouncing this morning. Holy cow. You know, we got out of 2. Might as well get into one right after, right? All right, so you've got this upswing trend line right there, just not being super volatile. I mean, you get these, 2%, 1.5% moves to the downside. I mean, it is overbought. Let's look at the 10-minute chart. I was sitting at the Tesla dealership service center, so I didn't have my charts really available. Yeah, this is due for a pullback. Where to get in though?
All I know is behind me, man. There's something going on. I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't want to be a
Wait,
wall.
what the heck? What is happening?
I gotta run away from this.
All right, we're doing this. It's
I'm just having fun.
All right, we're doing this. Hold on.
Charles, I know not a lot of time left.
Yeah, there's only an hour left in the day.
I mean, Lawrence is not wrong. Needs $662.82 to make a $10,000 a day. Just saying.
Oh, that's easy. We could
Yeah,
do that.
but what if we gave it back?
No, we could do that easily. I'll find something. If we're only looking for $600, I can make $600
I
in
mean,
45 minutes.
Palantir, man, that's where it's at. Make a dollar, do a 1/8 and take $1.
Let me look at Palantir.
From space.
I am in space. Okay, so I have different backgrounds. I've designated for different things. This is my conspiracy law background. We gotta move. We're transporting ourselves to like a different.
This is like a head and shoulders pattern.
Are you in your car right now? It looks like you're in your car. Your new car.
I am. I'm in a car. All right, now let me go into my office. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm there. All right, let's go. We're good now.
From the Oval Office or the White House.
Okay, 157. 157 on Palantir.
Lawrence is short from 155.
Yeah, well, Lawrence is
almost $1 in the money. See, Lawrence, you should have given this out earlier. Thanks a lot.
If you're still 157, I would short it. But that's kind of far.
I really want to do it.
You just want to short it, just to short it?
Just to short it.
The thing is, it just fell down for why? It just fell down to fall down. So now you're just going to short it to short?
He's not going to do it. I'm calling his bluff. I don't think he's going to do it.
But look, shoulder, head, shoulder. This is a textbook head and shoulders pattern.
Then short it on the break.
I mean,
you think it's going to break?
It would be perfect, right? Look, the even better head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder.
Knees and toes.
This is probably a knee right here. So now we just got to have it pull back. All right, I'm not going to do it. Gareth called my bluff.
I know you.
It's so juicy though.
I know, but it is late in the day, and you had a good trade earlier.
I know.
Couple 2 good trades, man. You made almost 4K today. I mean, holy cow.
All right, we haven't held anything overnight in a while. Who wants to hold Palantir overnight?
Oh, jeez.
If I had a great setup, I wouldn't. I mean,
you wouldn't hesitate.
Would do it. But I honestly now see the markets aren't at all-time highs anymore, where we've sold off on a lot of these, ridiculously valued stocks. So I got to just sit back and wait for that next setup.
If it didn't go on our track record, I'd take it.
Anything we take has to go on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because then I could stop
dealer's
out for a
choice.
loss.
You just say it's a dealer's choice.
Nope. They know it's a dealer's choice if they want it.
It is good how us keeping such, like it's so transparent that it almost keeps us a little bit more like careful in a way, which is good because it keeps our win rate. We want all of us in here. We're like, all right, can we get a 90% win rate this quarter? Or can we, have all these wins add up to X amount of dollars. And I think that's good to be tracking and to be kind of competing. And we even compete in the office a little bit, with each other. And I think it's just great. It's a great environment, guys. And you guys are kind of part of it being here in the live trading room. So that's cool. Speaking of which, I'm going to put in trades from today. I want to see what our winning percentages are. Let's take a look. So I had 2 trades today, 2 for 2.
Over the last 30 days, I'm at 83.3%, I think.
Yeah,
You were
Ben,
at 9.
you had 2 wins today too.
Yeah.
Drew had 1, and we're only missing Lawton today.
And I got nothing, so I'm staying the same.
He'll be tomorrow. He's gonna have a big one though.
You're right. A big winner or loser?
Winner.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
We
sure.
only want winners.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. It was 50.
But actually, so Lawton and Drew's win rate this month is 100%. They have not lost yet.
They're cheating. I don't know how, but they are. They're cheating.
Well, so
somehow.
this is the kicker: is Drew's had 11 day trades this month, Lawton's 9. So let's see when they
True.
get to 20. Let's see what
How
happens.
many have I had?
You've only had 11, but you've had 1 loser, so you're at 91% win rate, and I'm at almost 94% win rate.
Dang.
That damn Coinbase. Wow.
I got 15 for 16 this month.
Yeah, I don't have RCL.
For the quarter, it looks like I have a total of $79,161 in the bank, and you 3 combined for $89,998.
That's right, baby.
So you guys, I'm 10K behind you. I got to make up 10K before the end.
You guys
of
are getting
September.
crushed right now. Sorry. You're getting, not you guys, but you.
Yeah,
Singular.
just a little competition in this office. That's all.
Healthy competition.
It is healthy competition. Scott mentioning a retrace to the scene of the crime on RCL. Let's take a look. Yes, I see it. Cool.
I don't see it.
Here, let me show up my screen. Yeah, yours is a little different than mine. That's what I have. But maybe it should probably be up just a tiny bit like that. So it's kind of like just on the underbelly. But yeah. I wouldn't want this, even though it's a great scene of the crime retrace, there's a gap fill up here that makes me uncomfortable at 352. Gets there though, that should be a dead short.
And yeah, sorry, whenever I know it's my team's I'll make sure to when I send it,
How's Carvana these days? Let's take a look.
I know, right?
Nice drop on Carvana.
Looks great. If I do it on the phone, automatic. I don't, maybe it's your phone, maybe this one. I think it's two. Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool.
Interesting.
I'm about to write it right now.
What are we hearing from Drew? Drew in the background there?
Oops, sorry.
That's
Oh,
all right.
yeah. John says, I'll buy all lunch for a week if Lawton catches Gareth before the end of the month.
Whoa.
If I catch Gareth by the end of the month, I catch him what? For the 30-day? So if I make
Wait, but is he talking for the quarter or just for the month? I guess, or are you talking about the 30-day? Because these guys see the 30-day at the bottom.
yeah. Or are you talking about the 1 day?
I think
Or the 7-day? It doesn't, dude. It's 7 days. Gareth just had a 33K winner. Like,
yeah, that's not.
that's gonna. I got it. All right. You just let me know what you want.
Let's go.
I got you.
You would only have to make over 60 70K to get this quarter. If you could beat me, if I didn't have another winning trade for the rest of the quarter, 70K more.
Okay, let's go ahead and unplug Gareth's computers, or at least turn off his trading view.
Oh goodness.
Lawrence says, Gareth, I mean, if you can beat Gareth tomorrow, I'll send you 100 chicken nuggets.
If I can beat him tomorrow, okay,
In PML?
absolutely.
All right, that's doable. That's a
100%.
legit one. But I'm coming for you. I'm gonna do my best to have a good day. There's no easy lunches for chicken nuggets, especially because I know you'll probably miss the next day and you'll be out because you'll be homesick.
Fall socks full position at $6.70.
Yeah, holding till 8.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know that this sell-off was going to happen, Lawton, and hold till
I knew that it was gonna
790.
come into the
No.
money. I just didn't want to hold it that long. You want me to turn this, just start swing trading everything? I got you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm surprised you couldn't fortune tell the fact that stocks was going to 790. Just
I don't like your attitude.
you could have taken 100 grand right there. It's fine.
Yeah, I
have
don't want
Sunday-
the chicken nuggets.
No, yeah, it's
Yep, it's a punishment, not a reward.
You know what I got to say to that? All I got to say is, let me share my charts. I want you to check out my levels on socks here. Hold on. Let me know what you guys think.
you're gonna chart the socks.
What do you think about my socks level? what do you guys think? What do you guys think about my level here on socks?
Uh,
What do you guys think about my socks level? 733. I'm looking for an entry for a long if it gets to 730.
Oh man. He's so California surfer there. So California surfer.
It's like Fabio.
there you go.
That was not that long ago, right?
A few years ago, right?
Yeah, it was 3. No, it was like 4.5 years ago. Yep.
I like it. I like the long hair.
He's kind of growing it out again. I was just saying that to you this morning, Ben.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that or not.
Michael said, didn't Rocky fight that guy in Rocky 4?
Dolph Lundgren yes, I have been said to look like him. Yeah.
This guy said Woody Harrelson. I don't know about that.
I could see that actually a little bit.
Woody
Harrelson, a little bit.
A little. I don't know if that's a compliment for you, buddy. Sorry,
I
Ben.
don't either. Matthew says, "Did you hack Ben's MySpace?" Or was that purpose?
It's
you should hear the music that goes with that.
Yeah, this is
On the
socks
MySpace
socks long at level Fabio. You're right. I got you. It's right there. Full metal Fabio. Yep.
I'm really trying to decide if I'm going to grow my hair back out or not. What do you think, Lawton?
I think you should do it, man.
Dude, I think that, I mean,
I think we all have to do. I did it once, then after you did it, then I did.
yeah,
it,
when
I
is
had
your
to-
man bun coming back?
No, man bun's retired. I decided it wasn't for me. It's too much work, and it's like short hair is the way to go, man. Just because it's so simple. You get in the shower, you get out of the shower, and it's done, and you don't even have to worry about it being wet anymore.
But would you grow it out this long, Ben?
I mean, if I'm going to do it, might as well do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
should even grow it longer this time, I think.
Yeah.
Midway down the back, at least.
Midway?
And then have it braided. But you should. I still think you got to do the Viking thing where like you braid.
I've done it.
and then you
Remember?
shave it on. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing.
Oh, you did
gotta
the
have it
Viking
longer.
thing? Short on the sides, long?
But you got to have it braided and stuff. Man.
I'm surprised you didn't find that.
I mean, I didn't really look too hard. Should I look? I'll look harder. Hold on.
It's up to you. But I think it looked cool when I was in Italy. I got it done. Shaved the side of my head and then had the Viking weave or whatever they call it.
Then you got to get a
right
tattoo,
here.
Some of these,
some sort of tattoo too.
Bro, Ben, some of these pictures are like unforgivable.
Wait, Ben,
can't.
do you have a picture of you in the military? I'd love to see you in military uniform. Do you have one?
Is that like a fetish of yours, or like what's?
Not really a fetish. I'm just curious.
I'm just kidding.
But I do love our military.
I have this one.
Oh, what the what?
I don't know. That's another one.
I'm dying.
I
I'm
said
literally
some-
dying right now.
I said some of these are not great. I was like, Ben, some of these are.
He looks like he's a 19-year-old boy. Oh.
Yep.
It's a scary what you can find on the internet, guys. Just be aware.
And I
What Ben's
posted
going
this.
through right now, if you just don't put anything on the internet, you'd never have to worry about this.
I don't care.
But you had
It was a
some.
fun time.
You had some good. You have some good pictures. Hold on. I'll put up a good one. Here you go. There's a good one with the hat backwards. This I can see it a little bit. I dig it. I can see the vision.
Yeah, that's a cool picture.
That was manageable hair, but I wore a hat like all the time.
So you go through phases of short hair, then long hair.
I don't like getting my hair cut.
I think we need to take these pictures down. I'm noticing the viewership dropping. I'm just kidding. Oh man. Well, by the way, where's Palantir now after?
It's up.
Oh, okay. So
Gosh,
good thing
dang it.
so far we didn't short it.
I said at a Pierce of 157, that's a shortable level.
Wow, look at that bounce. Incredible.
I can't find your picture of the Italian braid you're talking about.
Yeah, let me see if I can send it to you. You might have to go to my wife's page for that. Yeah.
All right.
Lawrence is calling you Heath Ledger there, the lead actor in The Knight's Tale. I could see that a little bit.
I mean, not a bad guy to
No,
look
no.
like.
I see a picture of you in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but I don't see your braids. I see whatever this is. Hold on.
Yeah, do I want to see this?
Whatever this is. This. I found that.
That's my hair. I mean, I've got some thick freaking hair.
That's great.
It's part of the problem with growing it longer. It's so thick.
You know, there's a lot of people like me that are thinning up top, and we're like, yeah, okay.
We'll
It's
take that.
so hard. Yeah, really. Thinning, thick hair. Oh man, stinks.
Here, let me send this to you.
Well, you used to have really short hair.
I've had long hair, short hair.
Oh, or is this the braid you're talking about? I see it. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I only have this. Oh, this is during COVID. Ben, let's. Okay, I have a better angle. Hold on.
How do you have a better angle? it's not. Was it a video?
It's a close up. This is your hair. It's like
Yeah.
that. It looks like that. That is.
Here's a little bit better picture. I sent it to you.
Let me see. I got it. I know, but I'm trying to crop out your family members. I don't want everyone seeing your whole family.
Fine.
Hold on. I'll crop it out. We all have our fair share of bad pictures.
This is true.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm just glad that when I was in high school and college, there was no social media and we didn't have phones. So
You had phones.
I didn't get my first cell phone until I was in college, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Till college?
Hmm. I mean, this is going back to really the early 2000s, though. I mean, like, I was 99 to 2003 is when I was in school, college.
Oh, like this. This one. You can see it's short on the sides and there's a little bun in the back.
Yeah, there you go.
Got some bun action going on back there. Wayne says, "Do you take any pictures with your shirt on?"
Well, there's these shirts out there.
Most of my shirts, my pictures are with my shirt on. It's weird that you focused on the ones that I didn't have my shirt on.
I mean, those are the only ones I care about, to be honest. That says more about me than it does about you, I guess.
Dude, look at socks. It keeps coming down, man. You might get you said $7.30. I don't think you get it today,
33.
but I think tomorrow.
33. Sorry.
That was
Sorry.
33.
There's a jump scare. There's a jump scare on that page.
Yeah, I think that's drawing socks lower. Just keep it up there and it'll keep falling.
So I like to be a dork sometimes, and so that was just me and my wife being silly.
That's a great picture, man. It is. I think we can take it down now a lot.
Yeah, that would be all
doesn't
right.
need to like.
You're,
I don't know.
you're the one who you told me to leave it up.
Lawton looks starstruck in his eyes. He's like, ah.
You're the one who told me to leave it up so he could.
I know,
so
and I'm
Sasha could
sitting here
film it
every day.
down.
Like,
Oh man. All right, 45 minutes to go on the trading day. And as you guys can see, when it's slow, we have fun. Yesterday we were taking shots, so I mean, you know.
There we go.
We also made 50K yesterday, so.
Today not bad either, though. Today's a solid
Richard
day.
said socks started going up the moment you took the photo away. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
wow, ADI. Look at that chart.
Oh yeah, nice push.
Oh, wait, that's a crazy push. From the lows of the day, it's up 7%.
Hmm.
Had earnings this morning.
Lawrence is saying 60K in 2 days and took both afternoons off. Yeah, can't complain.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he was talking about us.
Oh,
'cause
about-
we're- yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're.
Because we're just shooting the breeze, yeah.
When
Where does
we
that
showed-
come from? Where does shooting the breeze or like that saying? Anyone know?
I never even heard of that.
I don't know.
As soon as we put that hair with the braid up, somebody said Viking Therapeutics. LOL.
Yeah, VKTX.
Yeah, 'cause it's like Viking.
They just
Viking.
actually, that stock got hammered the other day. Was it yesterday that it dropped like 30 or 40 or 50%?
I think so. Yeah. Ben was
Yeah.
talking about it.
I did have a level yesterday. I don't have a level today. Richard saying, air out of your mouth. Shooting the breeze.
Gotcha.
Well, we have like 20 more minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? What's next after that escapade?
Let's see. I'm just kind of scanning through, but I mean,
Right.
everything's just floated. Even GEV is now green on the day. Robinhood's up $5 to $6 off the lows. Ooh, VXX went negative. Interesting.
So it's time for you to pick it up.
Maybe time to inch in again a little bit. Yeah.
Wow, what a sell-off on UVXY too. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Still no fear in the markets. What's trading after hours today? Let's see.
We looked at it earlier, and there's no companies of interest whatsoever. Tomorrow, Walmart's the kind of the big one, and then I think tomorrow after hours there is a little bit at least. I think we might be doing a live earnings trader then.
So we're gonna have to work in the afternoon.
Yeah, Intuit,
Right.
Zoom, Workday, Raw Stars. Actually, all 4 of those are going to be, they are usually good ones. They usually move. That's tomorrow after the bell. What does Workday's chart look like? Let's take a look. Kind of an interesting chart on Workday. It's definitely been beaten down in terms of, relative to where it was earlier, well, in 2024 and even recently. And it kind of has a nice little trend line here that it's trying to break out above. 206. So it's rallied from in early August 206 to 230. And it's kind of a big bounce going into earnings. And then you have this, look at this trend line underneath, perfect baseline. So downside support would be 209. And then if it breaks out, I mean, heck, who knows how high it could go up, but probably around 242 first resistance. This should be a good one to trade tomorrow on earnings once we get those out. And for those of you that are new, by the way, Earnings Trader is part of Smart Money Stocks and ETFs. It's one of the included services in that.
Murray's asking thoughts, guys. Big money selling all morning, retail buying it back up in the afternoon.
I think that's somewhat true.
I mean, that's a lot of buyers to step up. Like Palantir, 194 million shares traded, and it's a lot of retail investors. I'm just saying.
I do think on the flush on Palantir that a lot of retail got flushed out too, probably. Yeah. I mean, to keep in mind, there was a lot of retail buying it at $190 a week ago. I mean, it's a lot of pain in a very short amount of time, and it will whip investors out.
Yeah, it'll whip you real good. I've noticed Lawrence is saying BJ's wholesale club. So BJ on Friday morning as well. Not the best bull flag on the daily, but could make the case. Interesting, given how badly retail plays have been on earnings. I haven't noticed BJ's wholesale club moving a whole lot one way or another on the back of earnings. I mean, I could be wrong. Is this earnings? Yeah, 3%. So, I mean, it's just not a big mover whatsoever. If you are considering this a bull flag on BJ's wholesale club, you're looking at this down sloping trend line. And so you would need a break above this down sloping trend line. Now, if it fills this gap and it fails to hold, then BJ's wholesale club is going to probably head back down to this high pivot point. Probably not tomorrow though, because again, BJ's wholesale club doesn't really move tremendously on the back of earnings. Oh, thanks for switching my
Yeah, I got you.
But you got this gap fill here, and then the support area right in this area. You got this lower pivot, and then this wide range red bar candle.
Have you guys ever been ATVing, dirt biking, dune buggying, ever?
I've done the dune buggy thing, yeah.
My brother just moved in with me from overseas, and this past weekend I took him ATVing through like some trails in Florida because he's like, "What do we do in Florida for fun?" I was like, "All right, welcome to America." And I took him to go like through the forest and dunes and stuff. And
Did you bring some guns? Pew pew.
I'm gonna show you. I think this is really funny. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the before and the after. Okay.
All right.
It's actually so funny. Let's see this. Let me make this smaller. Go like this. 4.
Wow, Nvidia is almost flat on the day.
Wow.
Of course.
Why not? Right? Don't tell me SOX is almost negative. I'm sure it's not even close. All right. Let me show you this. This is what my brother and I look like before we're going to go ATVing, right? We look, this is just a selfie. We're like, okay, these guys are going to have a great time. My brother, he chose the open face helmet. I don't know why, but he's like, all right, you know, never been ATVing, never done anything like this. It looks like it's going to have a good time with my big brother Lawton. Okay. So let me show you the after.
Oh God. Oh no, what's coming here?
Hold on. I gotta move
Couldn't
here.
copy an image being pasted. It's way too large.
I gotta make it smaller, then I'll expand it. Hold on. I'm
Little
gonna
does his
show you.
brother know he's getting called out here.
This is
Oh my God, he
This
looks
is-
shell shocked.
this is the after. I sent this picture to my my girlfriend of the before and after, and she was like, I mean, not to be offensive, but it looks like the before and after of like rescuing a hostage in Vietnam War or something.
Jeez. Oh God.
This is the before and after of taking him ATVing.
Oh my goodness.
That's too funny.
Yeah, they have some really good sand dunes in Oregon. I used to go quite often with my family.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. It looks like a lot of fun. Like in Nevada too, right? Like by Las Vegas, I know they have those.
Yep.
hmm
If we ever make it back out there, we should do it. But I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I keep trying to plan. September.
I'm like a little anti-Vegas right now. I was shell shocked. I hadn't been out there in years, and man, like when I went and got basically a McDonald's Happy Meal and it was $40, I was just like, this is a little ridiculous at this point. That for me, I'd rather go to like Punta Cana or something where they have a casino there anyways, but then it's like pennies on the dollar. But yeah, you know, if everyone else went, I would go.
I mean, if the flight costs the same, let's go. Man, I
You
don't
get
really
a
care.
beach. I mean, we have beaches here in Florida, but yeah, it's
It's a work expense, right?
of course.
Oh yeah,
We'd still be running the live trading room from there.
Yeah.
oh
I
yeah, we'd
guarantee
be
it.
trading from there, trying to get
So,
trades.
Yeah.
I'd be in the cabana with one eye open, like Sox looks good at this entry. You know, I'm targeting Sox, and by that time, Sox is going to be $25, right, per share. So I mean, like, yeah, 25.60 would be a good level.
As long as you hold it overnight, you'll be fine.
Oh, of course. Scott says, not sure if they still do it there, but dune buggy riding in Western Oregon, some pretty tall dunes there.
Yeah, all along the West Coast there. Florence is one of the biggest spots for it. Florence, Oregon. Huge dunes. Lots of ATVing over there. And dune buggies and all that kind of stuff.
San Diego too. Never been, but I can imagine maybe some cool sand dunes there.
Michael's saying Vegas has become way too expensive. I know. It's like $9 for a 16-ounce beer.
That's why you almost died. Because he was living off of protein bars when we got there. And he was
I
dead.
had COVID. I had COVID.
You're also living off of protein bars.
I mean, yeah, protein bars do its thing, man. Until we went to the Brazilian steakhouse again that he doesn't remember.
Yeah. Richard says, land safely, Lawton. Thank you, gentlemen. He's saying this because he thinks I'm in space in the ISS. But
Yeah.
little did you know, it's all fake. None of it is real. Outer space is fake. The moon is fake. Moon is fake. It's all fake.
Oh man, you landed very quickly and got in your
I
car.
did. I got in a car. Yep. All right. It is 3:30. So for those of you on YouTube, we got to say goodbye to you guys. But trading the close does begin at 3:55. Go check out Drew there for those other people in the live day trading room. We're gonna stay on for a little bit longer. For those of you on YouTube watching from home, thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this, you could do this
Wait.
every single day with us.
If
Hold on.
you enjoyed this but also want trade, then join because you'll get all the trades we had in the morning. That's the
We've
deal.
made $60,000 in the past 2 days. In the past 2 days, literally. That's 6% of the portfolio. 6% of your portfolio, entire portfolio, in 2 days. That's a lot.
It's pretty solid.
That's all I gotta say. But anyways, see you later, YouTubers, and go check out Trading the Close in like 25 minutes.
Take care, guys.
See you later.
All right.
Are we back?
I have no idea. but
Okay.